Yeah. I know I haven't posted a video in like over a year. I've been going through some stuff, and I just didn't want to. So, and I'm back now. You might be asking, why are you coming back with this video? It's because I want to. Let's get over it, okay? So, 2 days ago, at the filming of this video, I saw The Long Walk, written by J.T. Molnar and directed by Francis Lawrence. Neither of their previous work I'm really that familiar with. I only know J.T. Molnar because he wrote Strange Darling, which is, I haven't seen it, but I know it's the video where Jay from Red Letter Media first shaved his head and made me question things. So I mainly went to see this movie because I was hearing a lot about the two main performances in the movie from Cooper Hoffman and Daniel Johnston. I really liked David Johnston in Alien Romulus. Alien Romulus is a movie I really liked when I first saw it, but the more I think about some of the more logical and filmmaking aspects of it, it's kind of grown off me. But Daniel Johnston really was the standout in that movie for me personally. And he's easily the best part about this movie as well. I guess I should say I didn't really like this movie very much, to be honest. I don't hate it, but I don't really like it either. I was never bored, but I never really cared. Have I been saying Daniel Johnston? Oh my god. Daniel Johnston. Is his name actually David Johnson or Daniel Johnston? I can't. It's David. I apologize if I've been saying Daniel. I guess I have "Hi, how are you" stuck in my mind. David Johnston is pretty easily my favorite part about this movie. His performance is very charismatic. Whenever he would have like a conversation or he would be like arguing with somebody in this movie, in my mind, in the theater, I'd be like, that is one smooth motherfucker. Cooper Hoffman, the only other movie I've seen him in is Saturday Night. He was pretty good in that movie. I thought he was fine here. He did a very serviceable job, in my opinion. I haven't seen Licorice Pizza, but I'm working on it. That's basically all of my positives out of the way. I don't think the movie was shot in any particularly fascinating way, in my opinion. The quickest way I can describe this movie is like an R-rated young adult novel. I know this movie was based on a book or a short story by Stephen King. I haven't read it. I don't want to. I don't care. But a lot of the dialogue in this movie, just holy cornball, Jesus Christ. A lot of the humor in this movie really just didn't work for me. This movie tries to have a lot of playful banter, but it just doesn't come off natural. The only people that really do it that well are David Johnston, sometimes Cooper Hoffman, and Tut Nyot. I think those three did a pretty decent job at what they were given. Some other characters, though, are kind of annoying. I think my biggest complaint about this movie, though, is that the music tries way too hard to be manipulative. Maybe it's just the movies I tend to watch, but I don't usually feel that scores are being over dramatic. And this movie was. I genuinely think I would have knocked this up maybe 1 or 2 points if the music just wasn't there. If they pulled like a No Country for Old Men or something and maybe used music twice in the movie and let just the sound of the footsteps and the tanks and the people talking carry the movie and the emotional moments rather than every fucking like gunshot and like just the stupidest fucking piano melodies every time someone's talking about their past or what they want to do with a fucking wish or something. My second biggest complaint is the movie does not feel tense at all. You can tell immediately who's going to be the final two. And that might not bother some people, but diving into like minor spoiler territory, I'm going to talk about the ending, which I feel pretty conflicted about. I mean, you can clearly tell that Cooper Hoffman and David Johnston's characters are obviously going to be the final two. So the only tension that really comes from this movie is which side character is going to be killed off in what order. And I would say not a lot of the side characters are really that fleshed out enough for me to really care in the first place. And then, surprise, surprise, it's Cooper Hoffman and David Johnston still left. The only tension is which one of them is going to be the fucking winner or whatever. And the way they do it, I'm very conflicted about. I like the concept of David Johnston's character being kind of not stoic, but this very polite but hard-headed when he needs to be, just an all-around, just like I said earlier, cool motherfucker. Him kind of being this pacifist in all of this and having him turn on a dime at the end of the movie. But my problem with that is that it only happens at the end of the movie. I feel like if there was a couple more moments throughout the movie where his pacifist-esque nature kind of breaks down throughout the long walk, not at the very end when his best friend for 3 days gets killed. And another thing is, I think there is a bit too much focus on Cooper Hoffman's character, because the obvious twist of the movie is that you're following along with his character. You're the only person you really see flashbacks for their backstory, and he dies. He doesn't win. Whoa. I feel like if each major character that has like a pretty big speaking role got a pretty like sizable amount of backstory, I feel like this movie would have worked a lot more, at least for me personally. Obviously, they're not going to do all fucking 50 people, but like the 10 throughout the movie that you really focus on, I think if most of them had visible flashbacks like Cooper Hoffman does like 3 times, I feel like the tension would have worked a lot more and maybe would have gotten me to care more about those side characters in the first place. The quickest comparison I can make to this ending is the ending of Alex Garland's Civil War. And that's not a compliment. Where it feels like characters kind of just turn on a dime. And I will say with Civil War, I did like that movie overall. And Kaylee Spaney's character definitely has more of an arc to her. But it still really comes out of nowhere, and it feels very unfulfilling, which I guess is kind of the point of this ending as well, where they go through all of this, and what's the fucking point? But to me, personally, this movie is kind of giving off the vibe of violence is never the answer, in a time where violence seems to be the only answer. So overall, not super crazy about this movie. There's some aspects I do like about it, but there's a lot that really bogs it down for me personally. Like I said, I don't hate it. I don't really like it either. So I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. So that's basically my first movie review I think I've ever posted to this channel. I do want to do a lot more of these. I generally think more analytically about movies than music anymore. I do listen to a lot of music. It's just I don't want to do the whole recording a reaction and then a review. I just feel like I have a lot more to talk about with movies than I do with music. So I maybe here and there I probably will do some more music videos, but I think this channel is really going to be focused on movies more a lot now. Maybe some video games here and there. I do have a Switch too. Nintendo Direct just happened a couple days ago. It was good. It was good. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, Game of the Year 2026. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I don't make the game. You actually just lost the game. I didn't really want to come back with this whole fucking big hour-long video or another update video. I tried both of those and they didn't really seem to work. So I'm just going to keep doing a series of smaller videos like this. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Yeah, that's about it. Let me long walk out of here.